Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Slayer. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the 411 for Smackdown Live, Seattle, Washington. Homecoming for Daniel Bryan. Wonderful fanfare. People going crazy. Yes, yes, yes. It's all great. And then Sami Zayn happens. I love heel Sami Zayn. Absolutely love heel Sami Zayn. Heel Sami Zayn is something that we have never seen. Never. I like seeing things that we've never seen before. Because it means that, wrestling-wise, they're stepping outside of the box. They're doing things differently. In an industry that it's very hard to do things differently in, I dig it. His promo on Daniel Bryan was fantastic. I mean, cutting him down, talking about he can't wrestle anymore, and he was a great superstar, and he was like the MVP of their era. It's humbling to me when WWE does something really, really right. And I have to give them a lot of credit. I bash WWE a lot here, and I'll call bullshit just as much as I feel like I need to. High praise as well when I feel like I need to. Heel Sami Zayn, very high praise. And to the one unnamed person who, if you listened to a certain podcast last week like I did, and no, not the Taz podcast, and it's not a podcast, by the way, the Taz show. There was another podcast that I listened to by a pretty well-known former wrestler, pretty big name, that said he texted somebody in WWE and said, "You guys ought to turn Sami Zayn heel." And they said that was a horrible idea, or whatever they said. It was bad. Not bad. Because it's different. And he can pull it off. KO joins in. You know, DB just has to leave to go find two guys that can punch them. Because, of course, Daniel can't because he's now the authority. Which I thought was the greatest line. Wrestling martyr. Him being the authority was just perfect for me. Natalya, Tamina, Lana. Sucks. Versus Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Naomi. Becky, Charlotte, Naomi win. Charlotte forces Lana to tap out. Lana still sucks. I'm glad Natty didn't do the favors here. And I am pushing for a 4-on-4 women's deal for Survivor Series. The problem is we need a fourth. We have a fourth heel in Carmella, but we don't have a fourth babyface. Now, if Nikki Bella was there or wasn't doing Dancing with the Stars, then she could slide in there. Now, they're still a little ways off for Survivor Series, so maybe that is still possible and we could work that out. If not, maybe we just bring somebody up from NXT just for like a one night only kind of thing. It'd be interesting. Either that or you could do Raw versus SmackDown again. I kind of don't want to see that with the women, but I mean, you could. It wouldn't be the most horrible idea. Pulp Fashion, listen. I've put over Breezango, and I will continue to do so, because I think these guys are hilarious. Tonight wasn't so great, but I love the fact that they have kind of the freedom to just kind of go and do stuff. It's really awesome to see. And I love the fact that they're adding the Ascension as, you know, these noted players in their little series, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm glad that they're getting airtime. I just wish they were wrestling. At the end of the day, this is pro wrestling. This is a wrestling show, no matter what Vince wants to call it. So I want to see them wrestle. I have always been huge on the Ascension. Modern day Demolition, one of my all-time favorite tag teams. But, you know, it is what it is. Baron Corbin loses to Sin Cara by a countout very quickly, which I like because it shows that the story that's going on with Baron, you know, he finally gets a title that he's been searching for, and, you know, he failed with the cash-in, and he finally gets the United States title. And he's like, no, I'm not putting it up in the U.S. Open Challenge. And then Sin Cara beats him. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's absolutely, I mean, it's a count out, but it's right. Because now we say we do another match and say Sin Cara beats him again, like a quick roll-up or something. And then later on, Baron Corbin comes and just kills him. Just absolutely murders Sin Cara. Because the money's not in Sin Cara. At least not right now. The money that you're betting on is for Baron Corbin. And you need little things like this to help build Baron Corbin up and continue to build him up. Him losing by countout does not hurt him in the least. But some will argue that it will. Or that it's not a good look. The vignette for the Bludgeon Brothers, awesome. I love the fact that they're putting these two together in a new gimmick. This is a completely new gimmick. And with Rowan taking the mask off, the sheet mask, and laying it down, even though I love that was a new sheet mask with an actual hood. It looked like the hood was kind of sewed on it. But it could have just been on it and it just detached from his trench. I don't know. I like it. I really like it. I can't wait to see where this goes. The Jinder Mahal promo was, you know, they showed the tour he did of India, which is why I said he wouldn't lose the title at Hell in a Cell, and he didn't. And this is also why, because they're doing shows in December, this is why he will still be the champion in December. Michael Cole even said it without saying it on the show. Said that he will defend the title, even though it's a Raw tour of India. He's going to be on it, and he is going to defend the title. Now, who he's going to defend the title against, you know, that's whatever. I would love to see him lose the title in India, just for the shock and awe factor, and then win it back like the next night. Like maybe I can't remember how many shows they're doing. You know, 3 or 4. Let's say he loses it like the second night, but wins it back the fourth night or something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking. The Usos and Gable and Benjamin, I don't like how you make the heels look like that. You know, like they got punked out right after they just won the title. I just don't like it. I don't think it was a good look. I can't throw too much salt on whoever come up with that, but it's not something that I would have done just personally. So I don't like it. Rude and Ziggler, the absolute perfect ending happened. Ziggler with the tights, cheat to win. If it's not broke, don't fix it. The idea here is that I'm better than you because I can do things that you can't. Bobby tried to one-up him and say, oh, yes, I can. And Ziggler, of course, did what he does. Aiden English in the New Day with Rusev. And, oh, it's just pandemonium. And then Shinsuke and Orton versus Owens and Zayn. I was kind of upset that that Breezango wasn't thrown into this. Just because we knew, or at least I did, looking at this, that they're going to put Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens over. So why not use, you know, Breezango to do it? At least it puts them on TV, it puts them in a match instead of just their little Fashion Files thing, and shows their actual talent. But then again, the win makes it look more impressive because they're not an actual tag team, and neither is Orton and Shinsuke. So 2 guys put together beat 2 guys put together. And these 2 guys are the top 2 guys. Also, I come up with a tag team name for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Please share this with everybody you know. Let's get it together. Montreal Connection. The Montreal Connection. Now, I know that Kevin is from Marieville, Quebec. Marieville, Quebec, Canada is 18 miles from Montreal. Montreal is where Kevin Owens got his start. Sami Zayn is from Montreal. Of course, that's where he got his start as well. That's why it makes sense. So before anybody starts throwing flags on why I named it that, why I come up and thought that was a great idea, that is your explanation of why I come up with a great idea and why I think it's a great idea. So, hashtag Montreal Connection. Tweet them. Let them know that I come up with that, because I come up with so much and I'll never be recognized for my greatness until I'm gone. Sad, but true. As speaking of gone, that's about what I am now. So deuces, as always. Cass out.